Hey guys, welcome to another video. So this is just an interesting development with this phone, and I'm gonna give you a little backstory about the phone. So basically, my sister has gone through a couple phones in the past couple years, and it's usually because it's gotten damaged, lost, or you know whatever. So this one was a insurance replacement in July, and before that, she had another 10, and that one met a much worse fate. Basically, the previous one was dropped in the pool, and because the pool was not clean, they couldn't find it, and it literally sat there for, I think, 2 months under the water. It, of course, was messed up when it came out, but what was surprising is it still turned on, it still accepted calls, it still had the vibrating motor, but the screen was completely just dead. So that was pretty surprising in itself that it still worked. So fast forward to July, and this one is a refurbished one, and it was sent to we got it through Assurant or Asurion, whoever the T-Mobile insurance is through. And one thing that we didn't know was that it would be refurbished, and when they refurbished them, I guess the waterproof or water resistance is compromised, because this one fell in the water and it immediately just stopped working. And what I found was that there's a little gap on the side here where basically air could come out. So when they got it out, it just didn't work. It just wouldn't turn on. Nothing would work. So she's kind of been stuck with with an old iPhone 5 that I had, because it would cost $275 to replace this again. So, fast forward from end of July to now, and it's been sitting on my nightstand for, that time, and I had let it dry, I had put it outside, I had put it in my hot garage, thinking maybe that would get some of the water out of it, and nothing really worked. I could tell it turned on before, but it would get really hot, and I was worried. And the other thing I noticed was when I was trying to, when it was drying out, was that the cameras were fogged up. And as you can see, it's not anymore. But both the cameras on the back were fogged up. Now, this glass was not broken before, but it was broken after they got it out of the pool. So it was intact, and it was fine before. Anyway, so last night I decided I'm gonna go ahead and check it out and see if it, see if anything works, see if it does, has life or anything. So I go to turn it on, and lo and behold, I get the little red battery icon saying it's dead. And I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. So I plug the bad boy in, it turns on, and asks for her passcode. Now, I'm still a little skeptical at first, because it's been in water. Water has been inside of it. I don't know if all the components work. So the only thing I could test, because I didn't have her passcode, was the flashlight. Lo and behold, the flashlight worked, so that was cool. Now, fast forward to today, and I got her iCloud information. I reinstalled iOS. I actually installed iOS 12 Golden Master, because it's coming out tomorrow anyway. And now it's restoring. And I've tested everything. So I've tested the cameras, the flashlight, the Wi-Fi, the GPS. Everything works on this thing. It's insane. The 3D touch works just fine. And the only thing that I notice in here is that on the camera there's a little speck. But that's a small price to pay, for a phone that was completely non-functional before. But if you go in and zoom the other camera, so the other camera works just fine. So yeah, when you zoom in and it goes to that second camera, it doesn't, it's not there anymore. But yeah, the flash works just fine. As you can see here, works just fine. I'm just completely shocked that this thing works. And here's a little video that was playing on here for my nephew. Let's see if it works.
Hey everybody, welcome in his mouth.
Yeah, both speakers work. I tested a FaceTime call on there, and it works just fine. I don't have a SIM in there because her SIM is in the other iPhone, but just completely surprised and shocked that this works. So one thing to note about the refurbished phones: if you get a refurbished iPhone that's not from Apple, really be careful with the water resistance, because it's a very good possibility that it's compromised and that it will just the water will get in. Now, I mean, this came in a little box from them, and it looked brand new and had the seal and everything on there. But once it fell in the pool, that was it. And I've taken my phone in the water and it's worked fine. But if it's refurbished by another company other than Apple, I would not trust taking it in the water. So that's the only thing I will warn about. But yeah, so I just wanted to share this little story with you, and this was definitely a miracle that this thing still works. So I'm just completely impressed that this works now, and so that's my story. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.